Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Brennan, and today I'm going to talk to you about annotated bibliographies. An annotated bibliography is essentially what it sounds like. It's notes about your bibliography entries or your list of sources. Annotated bibliographies also serve a number of purposes. The most important purpose for your task is that it will provide you with information about your research when you go to actually write your paper. The important thing to note, of course, is that you are responsible for compiling that information. I'm sure you're wondering what actually goes into these annotated bibliography entries, so I'll tell you. The first thing is a works cited entry or citation. So obviously you can do it the long way and compile the bits of information and cite them correctly, or you can do it the easy way with something like EasyBib or Citation Machine. Or if you have questions about how to compile that information, you should see your teacher for further information. Okay, so the next two pieces are on the screen in front of you with explanation. They are the summary and the evaluation. Each of these two pieces should be a separate paragraph. You should have one paragraph summary and one paragraph evaluation. The summary is short, 100 words, just the most important pieces of information. Sometimes this is a really easy task, and sometimes, depending on the length of your source, this can be somewhat difficult. But remember, it's important that this is just the most important information, 100 words only. The next piece is the evaluation of the source, and the most important thing to keep in mind here is the question, is this a good source? I'm going to assume that whatever it is that you found is a good source because you have been required to use sources like InfoHio or Google Scholar or another similar database. But what's also important is not only is it a good source in terms of academia, but is it a good source in terms of your paper? You can and should use these 9 questions on the screen in front of you to help you actually write this paragraph. By no means are you expected to answer all 9, but you should use a couple of them to help you actually write this paragraph. Remember, is it a good source? And finally, the last piece is the reflection on relevance, which is at the very bottom of your screen. This is basically how you'll use this particular piece of research in your paper. It's a really important component. It doesn't require as much length, but those 50 words are really important because they are what will not only tell your teacher that you've put some thought into this, how you'll actually implement your research, but it will also help you because you'll have already thought it out. And when you go to compile an outline or any other pre-writing activity, the process is that much easier. So put some thought into this. Consider things like, do you agree? Do you disagree? And again, how does this fit into the structure of your overall research project? Finally, I'd like to share with you what the actual finished product will look like. So you have first, number 1, your citation. So this came from a book called Bird by Bird, Some Instructions on Writing in Life, written by Anne Lamott in New York in 1995, and it was, of course, published in print because it's a book. But the next thing that you have is the summary. So you can see it's not long. It should, again, be about 100 words. In this case, this actually is 104 words. So this person did exactly what they were supposed to do, exactly what they were asked to do for the summary. The next piece is the evaluation, which again should be about 100 words. So this is information about what's good about this source. So remember, the question that you're answering in this section is this a good source? So this person did this. This person tells us what the author did, offers sane advice for those struggling with the anxieties of writing. But then the author of the annotated bib seems to go into analysis as well, seems to be offering the reader a reality check regarding writing, etc. She also goes into information about the author. Lamott is obviously an expert on the topic, so this person has clearly given some thought to the quality of this source. And let's check its length like we did with the other one. Again, for using Google Docs, Google Drive, we go to Tools, Word Count to keep track of our progress, and we're at 93 words, which for your teacher, that will be definitely in the safe zone. The last section, again, this is the the part where you decide how can I actually use this research. So this person addresses it right out. Chapters in this text could easily be included in the curriculum for a writing class. Several of the chapters would serve to generate discussion in students' own drafting and revising processes. So they discussed immediately the purpose of writing this, or of using this particular topic for that particular purpose. And this was 62 words. Again, I asked for 50. So this person met the prompt. This person did exactly what he or she was supposed to do. If you compile an annotated bibliography entry just like this one, you will no doubt get all of your points, and you'll be, more importantly, that much more prepared when you actually go to put together your research project. So that's it from me about annotated bibliographies. If you have any questions, you can feel free to see me or see your English teacher. We would be happy to help you with any additional questions, and we hope that you, from listening to this video, have been able to see a little bit more information about what exactly it is that we're looking for with regard to the annotated bibliography. And again, if you have any questions, please never hesitate to ask.